It's the dawn of a new year in Hard-Enduro and the first race of the season is here. Last year, Graham Jarvis solidified his name as the world's best by winning every race except one. Now he begins 2014 with a chance to make history as the only rider to ever win 4 times at the infamous, torturous Hell's Gate.
Yeah, this is probably one of the hardest races of the year.
It's like nearly 10 hours on a bike.
The body's overheated, the bike is overheated.
This race has been known to make sure people don't finish it.
Welcome to Hard-Enduro's Survival of the Fittest, a race that begins in the morning and ends at night.
Everybody's just going for it, nothing to lose.
No chance to relax on this track.
If you fall half an hour behind the leader, then you're out.
In its 10-year history, no more than 6 competitors have ever finished Hell's Gate. And today, 136 riders will be pushed to their limit, going for the win and the right to say they reached the top of Hell's Peak.
Like Hell's Peak says it all, you know, it is hell to get to the top of there.
You're just trying to hang on and you've just nothing left.
I hate it.
When you finish, it makes you feel so grateful you got through it all, and you know, it's definitely an accomplishment.
But first, they must face the devil, a beast of a race course designed to demoralise the competitors lap by lap.
You just don't know what to expect coming here.
You're fatigued by the time you're done and thankful it's over.
It's horrible, it's, yeah, like hell.
It's time for qualification to begin.
6:30 in the morning here at Hell's Gate, and I'm just trying to get everything sorted. You know, I just want to be totally prepared before the start, whereas last year I was running around a bit, you know, a bit late, but you know, I'm feeling good now, so hopefully we're going to have a good morning race.
Just sort of going over in my mind the test and some of the track, and just trying to make sure everything goes to plan.
This is qualifying at Hell's Gate. Here begins the riders' quest for the opportunity to race in the afternoon's main event. 136 whittled down to 30.
So in the morning you've got the qualifying race, which is basically 4 laps. You've got a special test each lap.
You've got to try and push as hard as you can on the special test. You know, it's definitely a hard special test. You know, it's not easy.
The top 30 go through to the afternoon race.
It's really important to finish well in the special test during the morning, because you know, it's basically where you start for that afternoon race, and you know, you got to do good in the morning if you want to even take a chance at finishing the race.
Shortly into the race, many of the riders are having problems, including the 3-time consecutive champion Graham Jarvis.
I had a bit of a disaster on the first test because it's got stuck twice basically, so I just underestimated how slippery it was. But it was a stupid mistake.
In the gully, 2 riders with bikes, both stood up like this, come back, hit one of them, come back down and go.
Each lap is 40 kilometres in length and takes about an hour to complete. Multiply that 4 times in conditions like these, and you've got a tough day ahead of you. Just after 2 laps, a quarter of the field have already quit. Welcome to hell. But one rider who's not making mistakes is Johnny Walker. He holds the fastest special test so far at 10 minutes and 19 seconds.
It was good, you know, I made a good time. I caught Cody up, so you know, I knew I was going good. You know, I think I went faster, so I'm happy with that.
Just like last year, the young Briton is on pace to win qualifying and move on with ease. Now in its 11th edition, Hell's Gate was created back in 2004 by former Italian enduro champion Fabio Fazzola.
I created Hell's Gate in 2004. I want to make a race that was completely different from the other race, because my idea was not to make it like the race, the normal race, like enduro race or the world champion or Italian champions. But the idea was to make a race where the rider have to suffer, and I like to see something different from the normal race.
After Fabio created his masterpiece, he immediately caught the attention of championship-winning riders who yearned for a new challenge. David Knight won this event 3 consecutive years back in 2004, 2005 and 2006. Tadej Blatzusiak did it twice in 2008 and 2009, and World Trials champion Dougie Lampkin won it in 2010. Now Graham Jarvis is the man to beat, and with a win this weekend he'll hold the all-time record.
So I've won the race 3 times, 2011, 2012 and 2013. So going for the 4th win. It's a good goal to set myself to get the most wins out of the history of the event, so sort of what's motivated me to train hard and focus all my energy on.
The last 2 years I've been second to Graham, so you know I want to try and turn it around. I turned it around in Turkey, so I've come from there and I've been doing the indoor races, and I'm feeling good for this year.
Last year getting 3rd was incredible. You know, I was the first American to really even make a strong push and podium for podium in extreme enduro race. So, you know, this year I know I've gotten better. I know the other guys have gotten better too, so it's going to be a dogfight all the way to the end.
Back to qualifying, the #1 rider, Graham Jarvis on the white Husqvarna, throws down the 2nd fastest special test time.
Getting better each lap, so it's good. And the track's getting harder, so getting a feel for it now.
Johnny Walker, on the other hand, still has a bit of a struggle, but he still holds the fastest time. Number 6 KTM rider Andreas Lassenbichler has moved into the top 5, followed by number 5 Ben Hemingway on the Beta. Also posting good times are the Italian riders number 8 Diego Nicoletti and number 19 Piero Sembinini. Looks like the local lads have come to race.
Benvenuti all'Hell's Gate.
The Italian fans love their motorsports, and at Hell's Gate they're as much part of the race as the riders are. They come from all over Italy and stand in the cold weather all day just to cheer on their favourite riders.
The fans here are nuts. They go crazy for extreme enduros and enduros, and
It's very unique, you know, it's amazing that the fans get in and the people that help it, it's incredible. The typical Italians, they are so enthusiastic that, you know, they're running down, falling over each other. They've probably got the best shoes on and the best clothes on, but they don't care.
Everyone just seems to want to touch you, so it's weird, to be honest.
But the fans' proudest moment takes place at the end of the race when they gather at a section called Hell's Peak.
Hell's Peak's one of the unique feelings when you've just nothing left whatsoever. You're just trying to hang on to the bars.
they do everything they can to pull you up the hill, and it's a really awesome experience.
This signature hill is simply unrideable, and the last obstacle between the riders and the finish line. The competitors cannot make it up alone. It's impossible. So what do the fans do? They form what's famously called the Italian conveyor belt.
They're involved in this last little bit of history, if you like. It's, you know, if I can pull the winner up or the finishing rider, you know, I've done that. I've touched this man, I've got him up there, I've helped him achieve something that not many people have achieved.
Without them, you know, it definitely doesn't make the finish feel as gratifying when you're done.
Probably no better feeling in the world.
Qualifying is coming to a close. Only the top 30 riders will advance, which means there's no easing off the throttle. You have to keep pushing, especially the riders on the cusp.
Good qualifying, you know, I made a good first lap, which was, you know, I got like a 30-40 second lead, so after that I knew I could kind of not chill out, but, you know, I still had to push, but I could kind of take it easy.
As expected, Red Bull KTM rider Johnny Walker posted the fastest special test time of the day, followed by world #1 rider Graham Jarvis.
The qualifying was pretty horrendous on the first test. I made some big, real stupid mistakes, a bit embarrassing really. I got stuck on some real easy bits, but I got better and better, so the result wasn't too bad in the end.
Making a move on the last lap is Cody Webb, who positions himself in the top 3 behind Walker and Jarvis. Once again, he earns 3rd place like he did last year.
Qualifying was medium, I think. I hope to be on the first row. Graham Jarvis was riding good today, and so was Lettenbeekler, so there's a lot of stiff competition here.
This is it, the main event. 30 riders line the grid, ready for battle.
I think I'm ready. You can never be ready enough for Hell's Gate.
They've already been on their bikes for 6 hours. Now 5 more grueling laps stand between them and the finish at Hell's Peak.
Yeah, I feel good. I had a good morning, you know, I had a lot of fun riding around, so hopefully I can carry it on to the night race.
Fabio Fazzola is in command. At any moment he will drop the flag. Then it's game on. Johnny Walker's speed is no match for the rest. He quickly steals the whole shot and becomes the race's first leader. The melee of riders give chase, trying not to let the 2-time runner-up sneak away. Up the difficult Salamandra Creek, Walker on the #2 bike is pursued by #6 Andreas Lassenbichler and #3 Cody Webb. #1 Graham Jarvis is now in 4th. Every hard-enduro event has key sections designed to give the riders hell. Earlier in the week we caught up with Andreas Lassenbichler to learn more about the obstacles of Hell's Gate.
We are at the start line from Hell's Gate, and we have a dead engine start. I try to do a good start and try to have a good grip on the asphalt and try to turn in the water and then flat out on the track. Now we are at the Cascata. It's a special rock, a steep downhill. The best line is in the middle of the rock, and also a special thing is when you are 30 minutes behind the first rider, you are eliminated. This point is very, very difficult. A lot of amateur riders can't do this step down and quit the race here. So this is the last very technical section from Hell's Gate. We are now in the hell. I remember this place 2 years ago. It was a scary place with a lot of darkness in the night. This stream is very technical. Yeah, this is the last obstacle. It's Hell's Peak. I'm coming from hell and I'm on the way to heaven. It's impossible to ride this steep uphill, and only 3 riders or 4 riders arriving the finish here at Hell's Peak.
By now, Graham Jarvis has overtaken Cody Webb, Andreas Lassenbichler and the previous leader, Johnny Walker. Looks like the defending champion is taking control and making everybody else race his race. Cody Webb has moved past Lassie and now holds 3rd. But the Bavarian machine isn't going to just fall away. Italian rider Diego Nicolatti rounds out the top 5, while Ben Hemingway is knocking at his door. At the end of lap 1, Graham Jarvis has a 2-minute and 46-second lead over Cody Webb and Johnny Walker, who are neck and neck. The chasing pack are aware, though, that in the main event, any rider who falls 30 minutes behind the leader is knocked out of the race. Jarvis's pace is so fast that he's already eliminated almost half the field on his first lap. This is a man riding on a completely different level than the rest. Unlike the morning race where riders have a mandatory pit stop, during the main event the rider chooses when they want to stop. This is where strategy comes into play. Now on his second lap, the three-time winner makes a stop. He's increased his gap on Walker and Webb by 6 minutes.
Right, just give him some energy gel and some Jaffa cakes and topped him up, ready to go. Yeah, he's happy. We're not, we're panicking. He's happy.
Johnny Walker checks into the pits. He learns that Jarvis's lead is increasing. Will he be able to keep up? Cody Webb is only seconds behind. Even though he's in top physical shape, this race is wearing him down. Now 16 minutes behind Jarvis, Latty decides not to stop and keeps on going. Time is now a factor. With the clock ticking and with each passing second, the rider's hopes of making the finish are slipping away. In Hard-Enduro, the race organisers are as extreme as they come, and Hell's Gate wouldn't be what it is today without its creator, former Enduro champion, Fabio Fazzola.
What I am is difficult for me to understand what I am. I am a crazy guy, because the one that is start to make a race like this, for sure has to be crazy, because there's a little, it's full of problem. But the passion, I start very young to drive the motorbike, and I won the first championship in 15 years old, so long time ago. And so when I stopped to race, I thought to make some race that was hard, like when I started to drive a long time ago. And here is the formula that for sure is working in Hell's Gate. In 16 years old, I won the first championship in category Cadetti, was the small one in Enduro. And the year later, I won the Enduro Championship in Junior, and so on. Well, after that, I won a senior. I take a part to a lot of 6 days, 14 6 days, all the African rally, like Dakar, Egypt Rally, Tunisian Rally, and so on. And so, after a long time ago to ride the motorbike, I opened the school in '89. So I started to teach Enduro. My crew is a very nice crew, and everyone is working just for to make that the rider has fun, but everything has to be making the right way. And I like to race too, but now I start to be old, so to make a race is not so easy.
The riders are now on lap 3, and Jarvis continues to storm ahead with a massive lead, leading the rest of the field fighting just to stay in the race. However, Johnny Walker hasn't fallen too far behind and knows Cody Webb is hot on his tail. But lap 3 proves to be too much for Webb, and he starts making small mistakes due to fatigue. No Italian rider has ever won Hell's Gate, and if Diego Nicoletti, now in 5th, doesn't pick up the pace, he'll be eliminated at the end of this lap. Currently in 6th place, Ben Hemingway is in the most dangerous position. He could be eliminated next. Graham Jarvis arrives at Cascada comfortably in the lead. Johnny is safe up till now with just under 9 minutes behind the leading motorcycle after lap 3. Cody Webb is also still in the race at 12 minutes behind the leader. Andreas Lattenbichler just manages to make the elimination time by only 8 minutes. Unfortunately, the local hero Diego Nicoletti just misses the cut and his race is over. So too for Ben Hemingway.
It's as hard as I predicted.
definitely Hell's Gate lives up to its name. It is hell.
As the sun sets, the riders prepare for the final 2 laps of the race, which takes place in complete darkness. Only 4 riders remain. Every second counts, and Walker skips a pit stop just to keep up with Jarvis. Webb has suffered a big crash. He is in pain.
I had one crash, horrible.
On lap 4, Jarvis is not slowing down his pace. He's determined to dominate Hell's Gate. Walker has now lost sight of Jarvis. He's now almost 20 minutes behind his rival. Cody Webb is unable to recover from his crash. He and Andreas Lessenbichler get eliminated at the end of lap 4. It all comes down to 2 riders. And it's Graham Jarvis who arrives at Hell's Peak first. Johnny Walker arrives at the top of Hell's Peak after his countryman to claim second place. The 2014 edition of Hell's Gate proved to be one of the most brutal and demanding editions yet, with only 2 finishers. Graham Jarvis is now the new all-time record holder for the most consecutive wins, 4 in a row, beating out young Johnny once again.
I tried to push her, but the next minute I turned around and Graham was like right there, so I let him go and tried to follow him, but he was running a fast pace and I just couldn't keep with him.
Well, even though I've won it before like 3 times, you just don't want to expect just an incredible feeling that coming up that last hill. I just couldn't believe it on the last lap when Galindo said I had like 20 minutes. I couldn't believe it. I still didn't want to relax, but I just didn't have anything left. Just gave everything today.
In the unofficial world rankings, Jarvis starts his year with a bang. The rider's next stop is England for the tough one, a brutal test of man and machine. I'm Josh Bloom saying thanks for joining us and see you next time on Hard Enduro.